Hello everybody, this is Brian with the Instructional Tech Coordinator team here in the School District of Waukesha. We're going to look at iBooks Author in this video, and specifically we're going to look at the final export process and how you get an iBook Author file from iBooks on your Mac, iBook Author on your Mac, over to students on their iPad. So pretty simple process using the tools that we're already aware of, and it fits our workflow very well. So let's get started. I have already created my iBook with all the content that I want to create in it. Now it's time for me to export this out. So in iBooks, I have to get the right, in iBooks, I'm going to go File. And there's two options, one that seems like the right option but isn't, and then the real correct option. Publish actually publishes out to the iBooks store. And while you're certainly welcome to do so, that can be a little bit problematic. And there's a lot more steps to it that we don't control, but there's an easier pathway that we have available to us, and that's to go File, Export. We've got three options of how a file could be exported: a basic text file, a PDF file for someone who's reading that text but doesn't have an iBook, it doesn't have iBooks on their iPad and doesn't have an iPad, and then the full interactive version, which is the iBooks version. Obviously, that's the one we'd like to stick with if we can. We click Next, and we save it somewhere. So I am going to save it on my desktop as the gummy bear, and I'll give it an end of .iBooks, and that's just fine. So we're going to go Export. You won't see this. I already happen to have a file on my desktop called Gummy Bears from my demo run here. All right, so that's all I need to do in iBooks Author, is to get a file located on my desktop. Let's slide these guys. Called gummybears.ibooks. You can see the icon that's there. Now I'm going to go into Google Drive. So once I've got an iBook file all ready to go, I have to host it somewhere, basically. I have to get it out there and available for kids and parents to access. How do I do that? I go to Google Drive, remembering that Google Drive can host any kind of file. I click Upload, Files, and I'm going to grab that gummybear.ibooks and open. I don't want to convert it, so I click Start Upload. It'll take just a few seconds to do that. Great. And let's just do a quick search for that. It's probably hiding here under our... All right. There it is. Okay, so it's all set in there and ready to go the way that I need it to go. Lovely. Now I am just going to... There it is right now. The last thing I'm going to do with that, like any Google Drive file, is I have to share it. So I'm going to select it, Share, and instead of private, I'm going to change this to anyone with the link can view, which is all we need to do. And then I copy this link right here. So if you're familiar with sharing in Google Drive, this all works very well. Now, where do we put that link? Well, you put that link wherever you're going to be sending kids on a regular basis to actually access the files. And that's why we recommend Blackboard, because it's a place you can send kids every day to access the files they're going to need digitally for your classroom. So I'm going to put this in a course called Instructional Strategies in SDW. And we're going to put it hiding here inside of our Workshop 13, because that's where it is instructionally for tomorrow. I'm going to build content, add a web link, Gummy Bear iBook, and I'll just put that link from Google Drive right there and submit. So from the teacher side of things, what have I done? I've exported it, I've uploaded it to Google Drive, and then I take that link and I put it in the link from Google Drive, and I make that available to students in their Blackboard course or a place where you send your kids to get resources from you. All right, so now what does the kid do with that information? Let's pull up here. I'm going to just do a quick screen share so you can see this. All right, I'm a student. The first key piece is that I need Safari available to me to do this. You can have multiple browsers on your iPad, but Chrome won't work the way you want it to here. Blackboard Mobile won't work the way you want it to in this particular instance. You'll need to go to Blackboard through Safari. So I'm going to click on Safari. And I'll get rid of my demos there. There's Blackboard Learn for me. And I'm just going to hide this quick so I can type in my password. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, so now we are into our Blackboard course called Instructional Strategies in SDW. I'm the student and I'm given the direction to go to a specific place and find that content. So I go into Workshop 13. Scroll all the way to the bottom and there's that link to Gummy Bear iBook. Now the key for me is I have to go in through Safari and I need to have iBooks installed on my iPad. I now click Download as the student, and I'm taken to a page where it says, what do you want to open this file in? Because I cannot open this in Google Drive, and that's fine. We know that's going to happen, but we're going to select Open in iBooks. iBooks will open provided it's installed on the iPad itself. It's going to open up our book here for us. And I now have access to my book. So that's pretty much the general idea behind our iBooks and all of the pieces that we need for that and how to share it out with students. It may look like a lot of steps initially, but if you do this every day as you hand out items to students, this will become more of a part of the process that you get used to, and they'll understand that they need to use Safari to get in and do this, and it won't be so problematic. Each side will have about 2 or 3 steps, and they'll be set to go. So that is all that you need to do to share your iBooks with students.